Oh, we stepped out? Okay. Yes. All right. Paulette Guajardo?
Present.
Gil Hernandez?
Here.
Michael Hunter?
Here.
Jim Klein?
Here.
John Mattis? Here. Mike Pesley?
Here.
Everett Roy? He's here. He's in the back somewhere. Connie Scott?
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum present to conduct the meeting.
Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone's patience, all the island folks that have come. I know got an opportunity for public comment here. I think Mr. Perry would like to come up and address us, and anyone else subsequent to Mr. Perry, please get ready.
Got in the wrong spot before. Chairman Pussy, appreciate it. I'll keep this pretty short because I think some of you already heard my request, but I'm David Perry. I'm an island resident, 13554 Royal Fifth Court. I've been a resident out there for 25 years, and I was a previous member of the ISAC committee. Here today just to represent kind of the public and the Saltwater Fisheries Enhancement Association, SEA as it's known, to talk about some added amenities, or actually just a facility to our amenity that already exists, the boat ramp area. Right now, we have no fish cleaning facility there, which makes it difficult for someone coming in to actually clean their catch. I mean, it's just a service that I think would be greatly appreciated by the public. It's not an expensive item, I don't believe. We'd like to see water run to that area to make the facility really nice, you know, something we could be proud of. The pavilion there has been used as an emergency fish cleaning area for fishermen who have no place to clean their fish, which, you know, is not good. And that facility, that the pavilion that's right there adjacent to the parking lot, also is just begging for water. You know, something to be able to clean it up a little bit, power wash it down on occasion, because it looks a lot better from the outside than the inside. Believe me, it's not any place you'd want to go have your picnic lunch. But the SCA group fully endorses this, approves doing this project, and is willing to do some funding if needed. But that's kind of our request. I'm kind of, I guess, the unofficial pitch man for the public, the people who have a lot of voices out there, but they wouldn't come down here and tell you. You couldn't drag them in here. But they would greatly appreciate it. I think it'd be a very, very popular project to do out there, just to improve our facilities that already exist. So that is my comment. I'd like to see the board consider that, and I don't know if I need to come back, or we do, on an official agenda item, if it's considered.
Thank you very much, Mr. Perry. Thanks for SEA's willingness to also possibly share in the cost of it. But Ms. Hurlbert, I actually made this, Mr. Perry and I had a conversation 4 or 5 weeks ago probably about this same thing, and I did make this known to Robert. So if you could follow up with Robert, who's our head of Parks and Rec, I communicated this to him. So we'll see where it fits within the possibilities of having some Parks and Rec resolution to that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
But I'll keep you posted.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else here for public comment? Any written comments submitted?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. With that being said, are there any recommended corrections to the minutes?
Second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. If we can move on to the financial reporting, there is no action required here.
Good morning, Alma Casas, Interim Director of Finance, here to present the financials for the 8 months ended May 31st. Next slide, please. Thank you. Beginning fund balance, $8,081,009. Revenues year to date, $6,432,892. Expenditures year to date, we haven't expended anything. And our ending fund balance leaves us at $14.5 million. We do have a maintenance reserve for $500,000. And then moving on to the next slide, we've got our CIP projects. We have Park Road 22 Bridge, available balance $2.4 million. Packery Channel FEMA restoration, $4,094,000. Dredging, $4 million. Monitoring, $8,000. And reserve appropriation of $99,426, leaving us a total available balance of $10,654,482. Any questions?
Board Member Pusley.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Since the FEMA restoration monies was used for the restoration of the Packery Channel
Yes.
and that project, we received some information this week that we may be having some issues with the contractor there, Mr. Zazzoni. Or do you have any further
Right.
information about that?
I do, yes, sir, Councilman. So you may recall that the Callan Marine, who's doing the restoration project, about a year ago, was bringing in some rock material on a barge that ultimately got stranded right at the
Right.
head of the Packery Channel. That barge had a lot of boulders, as I mentioned, material on it that subsequently fell into the ocean, not too far off the beach, and that still remains there today. That and some metal debris from the barge. So at this point, it's been close to a year. We're working with Callan to have that material removed, but we're not satisfied with the progress. So we sent them a cure letter last Friday that gave them a timeline to give us a work plan to remove it.
Okay. Because we've also contracted with that company to do some work on our marina, if I remember
Right,
correctly.
yeah, they were the low bidder for $19 million in piers and slips at our municipal marina.
Okay,
And next week, we're gonna recommend the same company for dredging at the Packery Channel.
okay.
So they've been doing good work. We're befuddled a little bit as to why they're not getting this work cleaned up. That's a result of their work.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Very good. Thank you for the update.
Thank you.
Any other questions for staff? No? All right, thank you very much. Moving on to agenda items, resolution approving the fiscal year 2023-2024 tax increment reinvestment zone number 2 operating budget.
Good morning, board members. Eddie Houlihan with the Office of Management and Budget. I'll present the TIRZ 2 proposed budget to you. You saw this in June. There's been no changes on the revenue side, but there were quite a few changes on the expenditure side. So from a high level, in this area, we ended FY22 with a fund balances of a little over $8 million, with the reservations of fund balance for bond and reserve for maintenance totaling $2 million. So the amount available for commitment was $6,081,000. And moving forward to FY23, the estimate for FY23 is that we will end the year with a fund balance of $13,277,000, and the bond maintenance has been reserve has been removed, the debt paid off, so the reserve maintenance remained to $500,000. So the available for commitment is $12,777,000. And then in FY24, fund balance expected of a little over $7 million. And the net available for commitment a little over $6.6 million. So the revenues haven't changed. The certified 23 values were $715.5 million, and in preliminary for FY24, $782.9 million, or an increase of $67.4 million, or 9.4%. This is preliminary values. On the expenditure side, we'll get into some more detail in the next slides here. TIRZ 2 activities of $4.4 million. Previously in June, that was 200,000, so we have some changes. And also the operating transfer out of 7,644,000. We have the detail for that amount in the next couple of slides. So total expenditures proposed 12,182,000. Now for the TIRZ 2 activities, the top line is the item you saw in June. We've added the Briscoe King Pavilion project for $4 million, and also some Packery Channel maintenance of the amenities on Packery Channel. We added $250,000 for that, for the total of $4,450,000. For the transfer to the CIP area, we've added Packery Channel maintenance, capital repairs to the structure of $1,250,000. The Packery Channel restoration project, this was the contract amendment that was initially denied by FEMA, so we've put that in as a placeholder. We're challenging that, but in the event we don't prevail, we put this $2.6 million into the budget. A couple of Paper Street projects. This is just design only, $832,500. In the North Padre Island seawall improvements, again, design only, $2,775,000. And lastly, a design of the affluent water line for the Whitecap development, design only, $166,500, for a total transfer to the CIP of $7,644,000. I'll stand by for any questions.
Any board members have any questions of staff? All right, with no questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve item number 3. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Presentation items, presentation on Briscoe King Pavilion project update.
Good morning, Heather Holbert, Assistant City Manager. We do have representatives from the county to talk about the Briscoe King project. We are including up to $4 million in the budget this year. They are in the early stage, or actually kind of the mid stages of walking through this project for the restoration and improvements to the Briscoe King Pavilion. So we wanted them to give an update on where they are in the process. We will be coming forward, so we have the amount approved, will hopefully be approved within the budget, and so then the county will come forward. We will enter into an interlocal agreement with them once we have a fully formed project, and then allocate the funding to them for this project. So I will turn it over to the county representatives to speak about where they are in the project.
Thank you very much. We'll be brief because I know we're a little behind. I also have Troy Adler, who is the chairman of the Parks Board here, as well as Bob Paulson, who's the vice chair. I'm not sure if there's any other Parks Board members. I wanted to recognize them and thank them for all their efforts. As y'all know, the Parks Board does manage the coastal assets by statute in Nueces County, and they do a terrific job. The Commissioners Court, who is also here, obviously represented by the other board members here. We are the funding arm to make up the deficit that doesn't occur by all the revenue that they do generate. This is a revenue generating project for the county, and it's a quality of life project, I think, for the island. It's an odd situation. Usually, the developers come forward and they get reimbursed after they spend the money. Well, as everyone knows, we don't have the $4 million sitting around. We have to get the money in advance. So that's why this one's being done a little differently. And we wanted to provide you, as we went, the updates. It's in your packet. I really am not going to go through all of this today. I've got Troy here if you want to ask questions, or Bob, or myself. But this is really where we've started. They have hired an architect to start the work. They've done some preliminary work on it. And again, you'll also see the Briscoe King Pavilion marketing plan that's in there as well. The feeling is pretty strong from the board that the $4 million will take care of the needs for what the county has outlined for that project. If that project changes based on some conversations that Councilman Suckley and I and the mayor have had briefly, then we can come back and revisit that. But for now, this is what we're moving forward with, full speed ahead, and we'll be ready to go as soon as this is put in the budget and approved by the TIRZ and then approved by the council for the budget. So appreciate Heather's work on this as well. But that's really a quick overview, because again, I know you're behind, but if you've got questions on it, great. But that's why we provided you all this background information in your packet to let you know and let you ask questions if you had any for those. So that's really my presentation on that today.
Thank you, Board Member Chesney. We have Board Member Klein.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just had a quick question. I didn't see it in the packet. Maybe I missed it. What is the cost to reserve the pavilion right now, and will that cost grow? I guess how much will it grow because of the improvements in it?
You guys know the cost? I don't
I assume they're going to grow. I don't know that.
I can get you that, Councilman Klein. I did not prepare that today because I didn't anticipate the question, honestly. My bad. But we can get you the fee schedule and how that works out there. As far as what it is. It's mainly reserved for venues, events, weddings, reunions, things of that nature. And I can get you that list, but I don't have it right here with you today.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Board Member Pusley.
So is this a fund matching program? So the city, we're going to put up $4 million out of the TIRZ. Is the county putting money into this as well, or?
Just the participation that the county puts into the TIRZ, that would be, we help fund the TIRZ, as you know, too, and we've
Okay.
never asked for anything from the TIRZ
So
in the 20 years. This is
Yeah,
our
I
first
understand
time.
that part,
No,
but I
so the
just-
answer is it's coming from the TIRZ. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay. So the county hasn't budgeted any additional funds for this project?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
We have no other questions. With that being said, no further business. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.